Hello, the internet, and welcome back to the live stream. It is Saturday, the 19th of September, 2020. Today we have a very special Jack Daniels opening and tasting. I'll get to that momentarily, and I'll explain why we're doing this now when we're not actually at a 10-week stream. You know the deal. On my streams, every 10 weeks, we open up a special bottle of Jack's. The Jack's is always behind me on the stream. Well, there's a new bottle there. It's only going to be there for another 10 minutes because I'm going to open it on this very stream. It hasn't been there for 10 weeks. It hasn't even been there for 5 minutes. I've swapped the other bottle out for this guy. I'll explain why when we get to that. Before we get to that, though, being a live stream, I want to engage my chit-chat. I want to go to the top of the chit-chat. I want to see who's up there. Timsky began. Tim said, hello, everyone, with a little waving hand. I said, g'day, Tim. Mindy turned up. Hey, guys. Mindy in the house. She said, I wonder if we might discuss more info on iPads. I'm doing great. I did replace my iPad this week. I did drop an iPad into the bathtub, my existing one, and they don't really like water. So I replaced it, and I got the brand new iPad Pro smaller one, not the full size. I think there's a 13, maybe 12.7 inch, and an 11 inch. I got the 11 inch. So Mindy wants to discuss that. What we'll do is we'll do the Jack Daniels, and then we'll take a pause, and then we'll come in and do the iPad discussion, if that's okay with you. If that's cool with you, I want to get into the Jack. But yeah, I'll certainly talk about the iPads. The camera, holy moly, the camera on the new iPads. Wow. So now I explained it. Yeah, we'll start with Jack, then we'll do the iPad. This one is, you're talking about the camera. This iPad is pretty unique. If the camera's doing what I think the camera's doing, it's kind of unique. It's pretty cool. Timsky, can we talk about world peace? And he put the wrong piece in there. A piece of the world? We can talk about a piece of the world. A piece of your world, please, Timbo, if you'd care. And then hello. Timsky, Benon, did you see the YouTube videos I sent you in Messenger? To be honest, Tim, I didn't. I haven't really been looking at Messenger on Facebook in particular. Don't take offense to this, but mostly from you. I just ignore a lot of the stuff that comes from you. You send an awful lot of Messenger crap, links, and I just ignored them. So I didn't see it. Sorry. It's not really my bad. It's like when you send that much crap through Messenger, some of them are going to sort of filter out as being ones that get missed, and those two certainly did get missed. If you have something that you really want me to see on Facebook, the better option is to tag me in a post. At least then I'll see the post and I'll see the thing, and if it's not appropriate, I'll just remove the tag. But I do want to touch on Messenger because that does relate to this Jack Daniels opening. I got a few things I want to say about this product, and I just want to explain some backstory when we get to it, though. And then Tim's talking about Trump, President Trump. So we don't really want to go into a political discussion today, or do we? I want to do the Jack and the iPad. And if we have time, how much time do you need? We could go into the political thing. There may be some news out there which I'm not aware of, but if there is, and we can have an open discussion about it, I'm all for that. At this stage, though, let's keep it to Jack and iPad. Tim, Mindy says, don't get me started, Tim. Right. Aero Gamer in the house. Hello, givers and gives. Aero Gamer, dude, thank you so much for your patron support. I saw the notification come through on the email this morning. Thank you so much, dude. I'm going to make a daily vlog addressing that, but thank you for becoming a patron of mine. If you want to support the channel, links down below in the description how you can do that. Aero did that himself, and thank you. I appreciate you, man. Much appreciated. Tim said, I hear IKEA tried to build another store in Melbourne, but they just couldn't get it together. Oh my goodness gracious. So you've gone politics, you've gone Messenger videos, you've gone gags. Tim, you're on fire this morning, my friend. The surfing prospector is a guy taking Apple to court over them stealing some 9,000 songs from his iCloud, then trying to sell them back at an average of $2.40 each. It made the media here. Okay, surfing prospector. He's a surfer. Okay, I mean, I'm interested. I'm interested. I just didn't see it. And today, certainly up front, we're going to do the Jack, the iPad, and then maybe we'll take a look at that. But thank you for alerting me, Tim. That's the chat up to speed. So let's bring that up on the screen so we can all play along. I appreciate you having the conversate with me. Conversate. I know it's not a word. I make it up. I think it's a cool word. Hey, conversing is a word. Conversation is a word. Why isn't conversate a word? Makes sense. It should be a word. Conversate. I appreciate the conversate. Let's get into this Jack product because, first of all, if you're here for the Jack Daniels only, if this is all you're here for, if you're just here for the Jack Daniels reviews, what I'm about to do, I'm going to put an automated linky poo into the chit chat. Now, these linky poos go back in time to every stream where we've opened up a special bottle of Jack. So what you're going to see is a bit of a flooding in the chat right now. It's going to cruise along at a certain rate every time that you see a link from me, as there's the first one, 1907. First time we did this, we opened up a bottle that's only available in Australia. And that little linky poo is actually a timestamp link. So if you hit that link, it'll take you to the point of that live stream where we open up the Jack. And as you see coming through the chit chat right now, every single time we've opened up a bottle of Jack is in there for you. The reason I do that is so that those that are here specifically for the Jack Daniels products can go and have a look at those individual. You don't have to sit through hours and hours of me mindlessly babbling on about some garbage IKEA and surfing prospectors, right? If you're only here for the Jack, that's going to help you. And if you're here for the Jack today, let's get into that very, very soon. In fact, let's do it right now. I can't wait any longer. This bottle behind me, folks. Actually, should I explain what happened first? Let me explain what happened. So, there are things called single barrel select. This is I guess it's what it sounds like from Jack Daniels. It's a single barrel of whiskey bottled up into bottles. You can get a single barrel select from the stores. You can get whatever the current single barrel release is from Jack Daniels, or you can have a business or a private entity or whatever it is buy a whole barrel for themselves, and then they have their own single barrel, and it's their own. They can market it, they can sell it, they can, like when I was working for mybottleshop.com.au as the photographer, they did their own single barrel select Jack Daniels product. I didn't buy one. I should have bought one at the time, but I didn't. But anyway, so when these come out, they're typically not available on the shelves in stores because they're so limited. In fact, from a barrel, you only get 180 bottles at 70 centiliters, 700 mils. So you don't get much from it. So when someone talks about a release of their own single barrel, like Gives a Minute could do a single barrel select. If this ever went large enough, we could theoretically do our own single barrel. So when that gets announced, depending on who it is that announces it, these things go. They go very quickly. They're highly sought after. They're in high demand because they're so limited. There's a business in Australia called the Old Barrelhouse. Now, I gotta tell you, if I say the Old Barrel Warehouse, that's me getting it wrong. I did live in New Zealand for a bunch of years, and there's the warehouse in New Zealand, a big, like a Bunnings kind of thing, I suppose. But I keep mixing it up. It's not the Old Barrel Warehouse. And if I say that, it's not intentional. It's just me slipping up. This business is called the Old Barrelhouse. Now, what they're famous for... G'day, Chad in the house. G'day, Chad. Good to see you, man. What the Barrel... See, I was going to do it. I was going to do the Barrel Warehouse. What the Old Barrelhouse is known for... Getting exclusive products into the country. Exclusive, not just Jack Daniels, lots of different whiskeys, but I'm specifically looking at the Jack Daniels range. They do get the products which often you can't find in this country, such as the Tennessee Tasters. So they're very known to be able to get those in. So they announced not just one single barrel select, but one in a series of 6. Now, this was big news, right? When this got announced, and it was all over these Facebook groups that the Old Barrelhouse are doing their own single barrel select, and it's going to be part 1 in a series of 6, well then every collector out there just went apeshit for it. Like, oh my goodness, yeah, Australia, the first time, great, let's do this. Old Barrelhouse, I was going to say warehouse, the Old Barrelhouse put up a post on Facebook saying, the thing with this is, because it's so limited, we're limiting it to 1 per customer. I made an initial post saying, isn't that kind of sending the wrong message back to Jack's? Because most people that do receive this are going to be collecting it at that point. They're not going to drink it. They're going to just put it on the shelf with the other one. Now, me specifically, I'm not a collector per se. I love having the Jack behind me on the stream for 10 weeks so then we can sip from it and enjoy and learn about it. I also take whatever I get from Jack Daniels, whatever I buy from Jack Daniels, I always buy two. The point of having the second one is that it doesn't get opened right now. And in a sense, I am a collector. But what I was thinking of doing is opening them with Baxter when he turns legal age, and maybe he's into whiskey, and on his 21st we have a special bottle together. I don't know. I'm not really sure what I'm collecting them for. I'm not collecting them for putting them on a shelf and looking at them like a lot. And again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this, but a lot of people do that. I know Tattoo, my friend from Refined Vices, has a shrine of rum in his house. Me, I'm not really into that. I like having a neat bottle behind me which looks cool for 10 weeks, then we drink it. That's all I'm interested in. So I sent a message to the old Barrelhouse and said, isn't this sending the wrong message back to Jack Daniels? Because people are going to collect it and not drink it. Shouldn't it be two per customer so that you could collect one and then you could enjoy the flavors of the other one, right? And they said, and this is my first mistake, right? This is the first thing I did wrong. I did two things wrong here, and I'll explain exactly how. But that was the wrong thing to say, because when you're talking about such a limited release, 180 bottles to a barrel. Now, if you minus, say, 20 or 30 off the top of that for family and friends and keeping at the store, blah, 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 you're only looking at around 130, maybe 120 bottles that are actually going to make it to sale. So therefore, if one person can get two of those, you're looking at a landslide, right? This product is going to sell like that. Before you've even opened your eyes, the thing's going to be gone. So the old Barrelhouse did reply and said, yeah, we'd love that to be the case, but being such a limited release, that's not going to happen. So it's one per customer. So the way you got one was by signing up to their mailing list, a webmail, like the old school, right? Go to their website, sign up, and then they would send you an email with the exclusive release and when it was happening. And then what it was, you had to go onto their website and order just like anybody else would do. So what happened then? As you could imagine what happened. By the way, that's the last link in the chat there if you were thinking of the Jack stuff. The old number 7, 35 centiliter. Just a small bottle of regulation, old number 7. So what happened, as you would imagine, when this went on sale, the website, the old Barrelhouse, got slaughtered. Absolutely hammered with potential purchases. Me being one of them. So I went on the website, and when I got on there, there was a message saying, what was it? So it said there's 78 bottles remaining. There was like a little bit of red text that was refreshing. It said 78 bottles remaining. So what did I do? I added to my cart, and then you go to check out. And as I went to check out, this is when you started seeing the 503 server error. And I was like, oh, okay, so shit's really going down. The website's breaking. The back end, the shopping experience, the e-commerce, Shopify, whatever they use was falling over with the amount of people trying to buy. What would happen is you'd refresh that page and you'd sit there forever. And every time it came back, it would say there's less bottles, like 64 bottles remaining, 53 bottles remaining. And essentially my experience was that even though I had a bottle in my cart, it finally did in 503, it went to the checkout, started entering in my card details. By the time I went to hit submit, it was sketching out so badly, it wouldn't let me fill out the full form. Then when I finally did get to a point where I thought something was happening, it literally said -1 bottle remaining. So I lost out, even though I had one in my cart. And I use the analogy, and this is the second time I went wrong. I use the analogy that essentially what happened was I was shopping in a store with a physical cart, a trolley, and I'd put a product in there, and I'm wheeling it to the checkout, and some dickhead came in front of me and said, I'll have that, and ripped it out of my trolley, ripped it out of my cart, and then they went and paid for it. And I was thinking, that never happens in life. Like, how can that happen online? Don't when you take a product from a store inventory and put it in your cart, doesn't that -1 from, isn't that why we were seeing the number go down? Turns out I was wrong. The number only goes down at a successful checkout point. So you could put 2 in your cart, 3 in your cart, 4 in your cart. I guess this is the dilemma here. You could put multiple entries in your cart. It doesn't stop anyone else buying them. when I got to the checkout and finally, and it said there's -1 product remaining, I was like, well, fuck, I missed out. All right, I didn't do anything wrong. I did everything what everybody should have done, but I missed out. I went onto a social scathing rampage. Actually, I wouldn't call it a rampage. I just explained what I explained to you just now on the social pages. I tagged in the old Barrelhouse. I even DM'd them the contact on their Facebook. And I just explained like how lousy that is, that someone could take my product out of my shopping cart as I was going to pay for it. I said, that's terrible. You got to fix that shit. And there was I also made a stupid gag. I thought there were two things going on. I was upset that I missed out. No denying it. I was upset, and I took out my rampage on the internet, which is the wrong thing to do. But I also realized that it's not the end of the world, right? This doesn't really matter. It's a very exclusive product, which it makes no real difference whether I got one or not. I'm nobody, and you know that my Jack Daniels stuff just gets shunted on YouTube. Nobody cares about what I do with Jack Daniels, so I'm nothing here. So it made no difference whether I got or I didn't get. So with that in mind, I made a gag post on the same Facebook group. It's Jack Daniels Collectors Australia. There's a couple of them out there. I took a photo of whenever I take a photo of a Jack Daniels, I always do it in the corner of my bathroom. It's got the nice kind of angular tiles behind it. I took a photo of my deodorant can, and then I superimposed a very obviously sketchy deep etch of the bottle from the old Barrelhouse website and put it in front of it. And I said, something like, something like, if you missed out, here's one. I don't mind selling mine, $1,800 plus postage. So I made a very, very ridiculous price, right? $1,800. This bottle retails for $166 or $165 plus postage. I put $1,800, $1,800 plus postage. And in my mind, I thought everybody will know that this is a joke, right? Everybody will be able to see, like, who could charge that much for this and then expect postage on top of it? That was the clincher in my mind. People would see how much of a gag that was. It didn't quite go that way. People were flaming me. People were slamming me, saying, you fuck this guy profiting off the loss of others, blah, blah, blah. This shouldn't be allowed on this Facebook group. And then the admin of the group came in and said, I'm going to remove this in the next 10 minutes because this is blatantly disgusting. And I was like, I made a comment. I was like, for real? Couldn't you guys tell that was a joke? I missed out as well, like everybody. I missed out, and I was really, really upset. And I made a gag to try to level to make everybody feel better. I tried to make some humor, especially in this COVID time when we're all so tightly wound. I thought a bit of a gag thought that'd be an easy option, right? But the other thing that I did was post onto the old Barrel. I was going to say warehouse, the old Barrelhouse, and I sort of explained how upset I was about this. And I explained how I thought you shouldn't be able to remove an item from a cart. It wasn't until somebody came on that does run online sales and said, that's fundamentally not how it works, dude. The way it works is inventory goes down at a sales point. So you adding to your cart doesn't mean there's less stock on shelf. Only until you check that out and pay for it is there less stock on shelf. That's how it works. And I've only ever sold non-tangible, non-physical items online. I've sold my Lightroom presets online, and that's an endless supply, so I never have an inventory. So you could put 100 of those in your cart and it'd make no difference. Please do, by the way. They're $4.50. That'd be quite a nice sale. I don't know why you'd buy 100 of them, but maybe you're a collector. Anyway, when it was explained to me, I sat up and I went, all right, I was wrong. I was wrong here. I made a follow-up post saying to everybody that I've made this sort of accusation against, which was mainly the old Barrelhouse. I said I was wrong. I apologize. I've been explained how I was wrong. Thank you. I think his name was Scott Fitzgerald. I just doxed him, but it doesn't matter. He was the guy that explained how it works. I think that's his handle. I just said, thank you, man. I did not know that. Thanks a lot. I'm going to go and wallow in my own pity because I missed out and my joke didn't land as well. So it's been a bit of a shit night. And then I went and forgot about it. And I just kind of thought, it is what it is. There'll be some dudes out there that got it and they're lucky and I didn't and I'm unlucky. It's not like anybody, like I'm no different than anybody else, right? I just lost out. Bad luck. So I cut my losses and then I forgot about it. And a couple of days went by. Happy Canadian in the house. G'day, Happy Canadian. How you doing? Charlotte Rose as well. G'day, Charlotte. How you doing, Jeffrey and Charlotte? I'm sorry I'm neglecting the chat here, folks. I want to just deliver this and then open it because this gets good, this part. So I went about my regular existence, living, breathing in, breathing out, wearing a mask, walking around, blah, blah, blah. And about 2.5 days later, I don't even know why I was doing this, but I was on Messenger. Tim, as you know, I don't use Messenger hardly at all. I don't really use Facebook. I mean, I do use it, but I don't really like it. And I saw this tab at the top of the Messenger. I had Messenger up, I think it was in full screen mode. I saw a tab saying message requests. And I thought, well, I've never seen that before. And you know how often Facebook changes its layout? Like every time you look at Facebook, there's something new, right? So I was like, what's this? And I hit this request and I see a message from someone, which I don't know. And the message said something like, no, I don't, and by the way, I'm not going to dox this person and I'm not going to read the message, but I'll paraphrase it. Basically it said, and also it's someone from the old Barrel, I want to say old Barrel Warehouse. It's someone from the old Barrelhouse, right? So the message said, hey man, really, really sorry that you missed out. You were something like you were one of many. It was a shit show. Blah blah blah. We really apologize. It's not cool. We're going to try to do better next time. And I didn't even. So that was one message, and then there was a gap, and then there was another message which came through another day later, and it said, okay, so obviously you've blocked me. You're really upset. I understand, and again, we apologize. And the first time I saw both of these messages in sync at the same time, it's not like I saw one and then just didn't respond. I didn't even see them until they were both there in sequence. So I immediately accepted the message and replied with, oh, g'day, Mr. Blank. I hadn't blocked you. I just hadn't seen these messages because of this request area. And I said, look, man, I said, and again, this is paraphrasing, but I said, I understand, dude. You guys had a rough night that night. Your online store went down. You know, all shit went to hell. I said, I understand, man. I said, I know I was wrong in my social posting because this guy obviously saw everything. I said, I know I was wrong, and I was explained how I was wrong. Yeah, and I shouldn't have vented my frustrations on the Facebook for you. And like, I was explaining how I'm an online creator and I understand trolling and I understand how, you know, the toxic, negative kind of crap how it can just kind of manifest into something larger than what it is. So when I explained that to him, I said, I apologize directly to you because without naming, I'm not going to name names, but he was from, you know, someone involved in the old Barrelhouse. And I said, I apologize directly to you, man. It won't happen again. And, you know, best of luck with the sales for the next, because I told you this is part 1 of 6. I said, best of luck coming up with the next sales. He then replied with, dude, it's so nice to hear you acknowledge that. Like, that is a good thing that you could, I don't think he used the words man up because he probably can't use those words these days. It's good that you could up. You can't say man up, can you? It's good that you could human up. How shitty is this world where you can't say man up? I feel bad even saying it now because I feel like I could be offending someone. I don't think he used that word, but the message was, it's nice of you to acknowledge it. Thank you very much. I've got a bottle set aside for you. I was like, my head did the biggest head swivel. I was like, what? You've got a bottle set aside for me? I was straight away, I said, dude, I do not deserve that. Give it to somebody else. I do not deserve it. I've sledged you online. I've slammed your process. I've slammed your business. I've slammed your sale. And you've got a bottle for me? And by the way, I got to tell you, this gentleman, as far as I was aware, and why would he? He didn't know anything about this. He didn't know anything about my reviews. And again, why would he? Because my reviews get so far fucking pushed down on YouTube. Nobody, only you guys in the chat know about my Jack Daniels reviews because YouTube just squashes me. So why would this guy? He doesn't know. He doesn't know who I am. He doesn't need to know who I am. But he said, I've got a bottle for you. And I was like, man, I felt so... You know, they say smother someone with kindness. I felt like an asshole, right? I felt like a real prick. Like a real prick. Someone's being a real nice person, and to get them to that point, I had to be a real prick to them. And it still hurts me to even retell the story, because I don't want to be that prick. I don't want to be that guy to anybody, but I was clearly that guy to this guy. I was that guy to this guy. I was doing the things that you shouldn't do. And you know me, I've been trolled up to the 10th level on DLive and a little here on YouTube as well. Not so bad, but on DLive, man, I cop it badly. So I know what it's like to be on the receiving end. Although to sort of take a little of the edge off on myself, when I'm I don't even want to use the word, right? But when I'm trolling, which again, I don't troll, and that wasn't trolling. When I was slamming this business, I was doing it publicly with my face. So I wasn't hiding behind an avatar. I wasn't hiding behind, a faceless, nameless troll account. I was me. I was Ben on Curbs slamming the business. So there's that, which kind of, can I get a little point back up there? Because at least I'm believing what I'm saying. Whereas these trolls come in and there could be anyone, right? President Trump in my chat. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least I was actually who I am. But when this gentleman said that, I was like, well, dude, I honestly, I don't deserve it. Go and give it to someone else. In fact, let's end this conversation. And if, sounded silly, but if you can't get rid of that by the end of the week, then I'll take it. But it should be me at the very bottom of the chain should be me. And a few days went by and he came back and said, dude, what's your mailing address? And PayPal the $177, I think it was, to this, and it's yours. So I've got the bottle here, and I want to thank the old Barrelhouse. I don't want to name the name of the gentleman, but I want to thank him for just being a human, right? Like, being a decent human. Yeah, they had a shit time, and he told me, he said it wasn't even a server issue. He said he had database issues. So what do you need at that point? You don't need some dude on social media ranting and raving about something he clearly doesn't know about. Shopping experiences, carts removing products from the inventory. He obviously doesn't know. It took someone else to come in and step in and say, dude, do you even sell shit online? Do you even lift? You know that saying, do you even lift? That's what it felt like I was getting. And again, I don't sell anything online aside from my presets, which they're not tangible, not physical. So with that being said, I want to tell you the product. I want to explain the product. I want to show you the product. I want to tell you the product. How are we going to do this? Am I going to tell it to you? Okay, so I'm going to grab it first. So this is it. First in a series of 6. Let me just bring this up as well. This is only available in Australia, of course. We've already established that fact. Extremely limited. This is a physical bottle of 180. It's an individually numbered bottle. This is all there is. There's no more of these out there. Barrel strength, right? What does that mean? 66% by volume. 64.5, my bad. 64.5%. Very, very potent. Very, very, very alcoholic. This is the first in the series of 6, as I explained. Now, there is some tasting notes which they've obviously provided, and I'll read them out to you here. Butterscotch pancakes, caramelized banana bread, and vanilla bean. What? You hearing that? I mean, that does sound pretty damn rad. Aniseed, charred oak, and dry leather, and tobacco ash. This is the aftertaste. It says here that best paired with a cigar after dinner style. Now, I don't smoke cigars. Last time I smoked a cigar was at Dre's wedding, where we did drink Jack and smoke cigars. That was quite a while ago. So I won't be puffing on a cigar here, but I definitely will be enjoying this. So I want to also, before I open it and taste it, I want to also alert you to the website for the old Barrelhouse, which looks like this, because they do talk about the product here as well. I want to read it to you just as we go along here. I want to read this to you so you get a nice feel for this. I'll make this larger as well. So where's the text here? Make the text a little larger. So this is Jack Daniel's Barrel Strength Chapter 1, the Cave Spring, out of stock, as you can see. In partnership with Jack Daniel's, exclusive to the old Barrelhouse. So these are the details here, which we just read. We're proud to announce that for the first time ever, and in partnership with Jack Daniel's, JD Barrel Strength is now officially available in Australia in a 6-part collectible and very drinkable series. This pays tribute to the unique 6-step process that goes into making Jack Daniel's. The first 3 barrels will be released this year, starting with Chapter 1, The Cave Spring. It's now available with a specially designed sleeve that pays homage to the water source, which was the very DNA of Jack Daniel's. So the Cave Spring, you got a little... It did come with a beautiful box here. I'll put this up here again. Beautiful artwork here. The Cave Spring. This is what Jack Daniel's is famous for. They use this water that flows underneath their distillery, and it flows through limestone, and it gives it this... What is it? It removes the iron or something from the water. It does say that back here, actually. What does it say? This will be followed by Chapter 2, Crafting Charcoal, and Chapter 3, Distillation. The final 3 chapters in the series, Charcoal Mellowing, Barrel Making, and Bottling, will be released this time next year. I've been told that it's going to be this time next year for those 3. So this tells you about the barrel strength, the nature of how this is made. It's raw. The whiskey is released into the bottle directly from the finest single barrels located on the top floor of the barrel warehouse. Bottled at full proof. So this is a pop, right? This Tennessee whiskey stands out for its boldness and depth of flavor. Now, this is the little discussion about the Cave Spring itself. Aero Gamer is scrolling the old Barrelhouse as you speak. Dude, there's heaps of stuff on that site if you're interested. Since 1866, every drop of Jack Daniel's Tennessee whiskey is made with the pure, cool water of the Cave Spring Hollow in Lynchburg, Tennessee. The cave's layers of limestone naturally impart a variety of minerals to the water, which contribute to character of the Jack Daniel's. More importantly, the limestone also removes iron from the water. Iron definitely has its uses, but it's absolutely horrible if you're making whiskey. And this is a little note to collectors, and this is in bold too. Although the collectible appeal of this bottle and the series is undeniable, we hope a few of you get the opportunity to drink this expression as it is a mighty Tennessee whiskey. The flavor profile we chose for the first chapter is sweet and forward. And Jeff Arnett, the master distiller at Jack Daniel's, compares it to milk chocolate. What? Calling it sweet and softer in its finish. Milk chocolate, folks? Milk chocolate? What? Now, just in the sense of how limited these things are, this is actually bottle number 131 of 180. You can see that there, bottle number 131 of 180. So what I want to do, I want to also give you guys the heads up. If you are interested in getting on board for the volumes, chapters 2 and 3, which are going to be coming out October and before the end of the year, I've got to put a little link in the chit chat right now. That link is to the subscription page on the old Barrelhouse website. So if you hit that link that's in the chat right now and put your email address, you will receive the email similar to what I received when this one went on sale. So you need to sign up there to be on the receiving list of the email, which will explain how you can get yourself option 2 and option 3. However, it's only available to Australian residents, which is kind of unique. There's not often we get a Jack product that's only available here in Australia. We got the 1907, and now we've got Cave Spring. So folks, I'm going to open this now, and we're going to taste it neat. I've got a little bit of ice here. We'll add some ice to it as well. But let's go ahead and do this. I'll bring this back up so we can play along with it on the screen here. Yeah. Rob Mack in the house. G'day, Gibbs. G'day, Rob Mack. How you doing, man? Good to see you, buddy. So, got the little sleeve at the top there. I'll keep that in front. Oh, wow. Crikey. Holy moly, I got a... Oh, wow. There's a number on the inside there. Oh, that's just the reverse of that print. No, there's a number in there. Do you think my eyes can see that? Hell no. There's a number in the side there, though. You probably can see it if you're looking. Yeah, look at that. Little number in there. Didn't notice that before. What I'm hearing here, what I'm seeing and smelling, definitely getting that banana. Holy crap. Oh, man. Holy crap. That's I'm trying to think of these expressions that they've said there. The butterscotch pancakes, caramelized banana bread. I can smell the banana for sure. I'm going to have to go some of this straight away, man. And just for those playing in Australia, it is 9:37 in the AM. Whiskey in the morning. Why not? Let's just have a little swifter here. Dude. Looks rad. Looks rad. All right. I'm not going to mess around here, folks. I'm going to taste this, then I'm going to taste it neat. Let's go for it. Whoa! Holy, holy! All right. Here's the thing. What is it? 64.5. Because this is 64.5, this is very, very strong. Straight away, this really bites. It's got a biting sensation. Then it gives you this. Am I going to do this? Am I going to be the wanky reviewer that goes, it opens up to a flavor profile of a banana leaf smoking gently on the edges of the Hawaiian forests. You can smell a crab that walks past and you hear the palm trees wobbling in the wind. A lone surfer cascades past the reef, barreling and tubing himself to glory. And then you get a hint of oak. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to tell you, this is incredibly beautiful. And wow, I want to put some ice in there. I want to put some ice in here. I kind of want to put a drop of water in. You know, when you get a whiskey that's as strong and as powerful as this, if you put a couple of drops of water in, it really opens it up. I kind of want to do the ice as well as the water. I'll just do a couple of drops of cold water in here. This is the cave spring water. Of course it is not. This is tap water from Culburra Beach. We got our own cave spring here, folks. Comes out of the tap in the kitchen. Just a couple of drops in here. Should go a little kind of milky, cleary color. All right. Okay. So the second you do that, this becomes way pleasant. Like you lose that sort of, you lose that dude behind you with a whip going, hey, eat that, drink that, smoke that, have that. It's like now it's just like, okay, you can enjoy this. Just sip on it mellow and it's good. I guess this is why they say you should have a cigar with it, because you could puff on the cigar, get the smoky flavor in your mouth, and then add the whiskey to it as well. I don't condone smoking, but I tell you what, a big fat cigar, it can be the experience, right? It's about having that flavor in your mouth. It's not so much about breathing it into your guts. It's more about the flavor in your mouth, and I think that's what the idea here is: cigar matching the whiskey, and then they enhance each other. Rob says, I want smell-o-vision. Seriously, I'm dying. Mindy, this is like... So I've had a single barrel before. I've had a few of them, but I've not had one like this. I'm not so sure. I'm just going to read this again. Aniseed. Okay, let's try to pick out these flavors. Butterscotch pancakes. Hang on a second. I'm going to smell that again. Let me go back to the butterscotch pancakes. I mean... Okay, sure. There's butterscotch there. Would I have been able to call that out if I hadn't have read it? Probably not. Butterscotch pancakes? Caramelized banana bread. Or caramelized for you Americans. Caramelized. Okay, I'm not getting that. I'm not getting caramelized banana bread. But there is totally the banana in there. I told you the other week that I was driving along and I thought that I had a rotting banana in my van. I was like, is there a banana? And it turned out I have a bottle of Jack in the back. I didn't even know I had it. It's a 1907. It's in the back of my van. I could smell that bottle. It's got its cap on. I could smell it. I'd forgotten it was there. I bought it when I went to Canberra about a year ago for that job. Remember I camped out halfway between here and Canberra and I had a bottle of Jack? That's still sitting in the back of the car. I didn't even know, and I could smell it because I could smell the banana. Vanilla bean? I've got to go back to the source here for vanilla bean. They say that you should breathe in with your mouth open. That way you get the oxygen sort of... Okay, vanilla bean. There's vanilla bean in there. Aniseed. This is the aftertaste. The aniseed. I probably should just neck this and then put some fresh in there. Should I? Yeah, it's Saturday morning. Hold on a sec. Aniseed. Now, aniseed is like the licorice. I mean, this is really, really, really something special. What? Holy shitballs. I don't get the aniseed. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put a smash back in here and I'm going to add some ice to it. And that's all we're going to have, folks. I said probably a little too little. Whoopsie. That's enough. So we'll cork it back up. Yeah, it looks nice, doesn't it? Very nice display. Very nice looking bottle. So we'll add some ice to this. Let me just wash my mouth out. Let's add a few cubes of ice in here. We'll go a few more there. So that's how I'm going to enjoy the rest of this while we engage the rest of this stream. Let's bump out of that there. Can I just again say a huge thank you to the old Barrelhouse for being, like I said, being human about this. Yeah, I'm just thankful to be able to show this to you, to be able to explain this to you, to be able to get you excited if you were thinking about going for parts 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm really happy that this came off. Normally this wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have this here. It would be on the shelf for 10 weeks. But because of the nature of the release times, the dates and whatnot, we had to break in. We had to break in and do this today. Me personally, I would love to have had this on the shelf for 10 weeks so I could look at it and then enjoy it. But it's urgent and it's time sensitive. That's why we've done it today. Folks, while I sit back and enjoy a little more of this, let's take a pause. We'll come back in. And for those that are interested, we've just finished the Jack Daniels discussion, but we'll take a slight pause here. When we come back in, Mindy did want to talk about the new iPads and whatnot, and I've got one here that I want to show you and talk a little about. So I've got a clip here that I prepared earlier. When we come back from this, we'll talk about iPads. Welcome back to the Slightly Random Daily Song! Adelaide band The Lizards. You see this on the shirt here? The Lizards. 3-piece punk thrash band from the Adelaide town in South Australia. This is their 2015 album. It's called Future Life. The Lizards. If you know South Australian music, you would certainly know of The Lizards. 3-piece, playing around everywhere. Go to Glenelg, go to the Jetty Bar, you will see The Lizards if you're there over a long enough period of time. Beautiful dudes, really fun-loving guys, surfers, skaters, just what you'd imagine. Short, sharp, punk, thrash. In fact, on this album, Future Life, none of the songs go for more than 3 minutes and say 10 seconds. They're all short, sharp little ditties, punk style. Very, very cool stuff. I photographed these boys a slew of times, and yeah, I've never not enjoyed myself at a Lizards show. This shirt does have a back print. I want to show you the back print. I want to show you a song from the album. I want to pick track 4, I think. Yeah, track 4 is called Rely. Yeah, I'll show you the artwork too if I can. I can put you down. Just a nice morning here at Coldwater Beach. I'll put you down here and I'll show you the back print of the shirt and I'll show you the artwork. I probably can do that now with the one-handed style. They put a lot of effort into their productions. You know, they've done the right thing here. They've got the sleeve there. They've got the lyric booklet. They got a great photograph on the back here. You see what we got here, right? Just young punks, skate kids, surfers, just fun-loving dudes. Really, really cool stuff. I'm gonna pop you down here. How am I gonna do this? I'm gonna wedge the CD in my
ass crack. I don't want to put it on the sand. Pop it down like this. There you go. The lizards in my ass. All right, let me put you down here. We'll get a nice view of the ocean. Oh, look at that little shore dumper. Let's put you down here like this. I hope that's going to be an appropriate angle. Is that appropriation? We'll go more on a slight like this. We'll go like this. That's a bit more. It's a bit better. Now, I will take the lizards out of my ass crack because I wanted to show you the freaking booklet. Let me show you the booklet. Now where am I going to put it? Ah, shit. All right, I'll just put it there for the time being. I'm going to show you the booklet here. You see what they've got? They've got all the lyrics nicely laid out there. And there's that image again. Look how much fun these dudes are. You see this? That's the message here I want to partake to you. Partake? I want to partake. I want to impart. The message is fun. Let me slide this back in and then show you the rear print here on the back of this shirt. This is the rear print. I hope you can see that. Yeah, you got that? Now, while you got that, you can also enjoy 3 minutes of punk perfection from the Lizards from their Future Life album from 2015, track number 4, Rely. Folks, the Lizards from the Future Life album. I hope you enjoyed it. Short, sharp, punchy, good fun times. That's the Lizards from the Future Life album. Now, while I sit down and listen to the entire album, you guys can go back to the live stream.
sure. Like, it's just got such an interesting flavor. I really wish you could have got one, man. What's that? No, you gotta get on that website. Yeah, go to the sign up. Just put. Oh, you have already? Yeah, well then you'll get the email. No, I'm drinking it now, dude. Oh, it's so good, man. No, we opened it up on the stream. No, they're just watching. Oh shit! Hang on, they're back, man. Sorry, guys. Just 1 second. They're just watching a clip. The lizards. Yeah, you should tune in, man. Get up there in the chit chat. Yeah, okay. I gotta go. They're back. All right. Yep. Cool. See ya. Sorry, folks. I just got a little carried away there, having a chinwag. Cheerses. Wow, with ice. Heck yeah. Did you enjoy the lizards? Punk perfection from Adelaide. Punk thrash skate rock. There you go. By the way, in the chit chat, Mindy made a great comment. She said, definitely makes me want some, and I'm not a whiskey drinker. That's a really nice comment, Mindy, to see, what I've been saying has inspired you to try something that you don't normally drink. You don't normally drink whiskey. That's really nice. I appreciate that comment. Mindy, you wanted to know about the iPads. So, what I have here is the brand new, well, it's actually not brand new, it's this year's model, the 2020 iPad Pro, the 11-inch. Now, so Apple had an announcement this week, and they announced a 2020 iPad Air. Now, the iPad Air includes a faster chip than this guy. So this guy came out earlier this year. I think it was in June. They're on back demand, right? I ordered mine. When did I drop my iPad in the bath? At least a month ago now. And I ordered the replacement almost straight away. I just accepted my loss that I'd made a mistake. And I thought I could still sell that for a couple of $100 and put that towards a replacement, which was this. This actually only arrived 3 days ago now. So it's hard to get one in Australia anyway. I'm not sure if it's COVID or if it's just the general release of this product, but it was difficult to get. The confusion is, when I ordered this, it was top spec, if you like, because of, well, it's the iPad Pro. But yet, in the iPad Air that they just announced earlier this week, there's a faster chip in that. So even though we've got, and by the way, the new iPad Air doesn't include all the camera action that this one does. So if you want a faster processor, get the new iPad Air, and they're a bit smaller than this as well, but you won't get the cool camera features that this one has. It must be the new 007 smartphone you were using. Did you guys not see that? That was an Apple release as well. They got a new phone, right? The new power phone, they call it. The power phone. It even works when it's not plugged in. Shit. By the way, in all seriousness, I would totally rock a phone that was that shape. If Apple designed a phone that was as long, like thinner and taller, instead of fat and smaller, this feels rad in your hand. Like, and you could donk someone with it as well. Like, hey, I was in line. Donk. Don't take my crap out of my shopping cart while I'm going to the register. Donk. I wouldn't do that, but you see, and it fits in your back pocket like a champ right down there. I like this, and you feel like you're holding something. But yeah. So, Mindy, my iPad is 6th generation, so you're going back a ways there, right? The 6th generation. So this guy here, I got to show you something here. And by the way, this is the Magic Keyboard. So this is the new keyboard thing that it sits on. It's kind of cool. It's kind of strange. It doesn't have an escape key. It's also slightly smaller. The keypad here is slightly smaller, but it is pretty rad to be able to just take the thing off and suddenly you've got your iPad, but then you just put it there and it's magnetized and it's back on. That's pretty rad. But the keyboard is just on that slightly smaller scale than a regular size keypad. So I find myself mashing keys together unknowingly. I wonder how the new Air camera compares to mine. Well, that's what I was going to say. I don't know for a fact, but I think the Air has only the one camera. And that's the confusion I've got here on this model, because it's got the two cameras and it's also got the LiDAR detector, or the LiDAR sensor, which is the way that it uses AI, artificial intelligence, to, when you're you know when you're designing a home and you take a photo of the wall and then you want to see how far out the furniture comes and you go to the IKEA website? Well, that's what this has got now as part of it, using this LiDAR sensor. It's one of these ones here. I think it's the yellow thing. No, that's the flash. But either way, let me just turn this sucker on. I love this. The way this thing opens, you just swipe up and it's already unlocked. It's unlocked because of face recognition. It happens that quick. You don't even see it happening. You don't even know it is happening, and it's happened. It's pretty rad. But the camera on this is absolutely insanity. Now, you guys can see that, right? Yeah, pretty clearly. So what we're looking at there is the default camera. So we're just looking at the one-time camera. So that's the wide angle camera. But then you can tap this and you can go back to 0.5, which is obviously a wider field of view. Now, I vlogged on this last night on my daily vlog just to sort of see the angels, how it looks, and it looks tits. But I'm confused. I'm confused as to how this is happening. Either that is the native view of the camera, of one of the lenses, and that is a crop in of that lens, and then that, wait a second. Okay. I've got it wrong. There's two lenses. There's a 1 times lens and there's a wide angle. So the 0.5 is effectively 14 mil. So is it 14 or 17? On a full frame sensor, I'm assuming. So I thought it was 2 lenses, which it is, but that's one of the lenses. That's the other lens. When you go zooming in, you're actually using digital zoom. From here... What? I didn't mean to do that. When you're going in from here... Shit. Now it's gone right in. Oh no, sorry, front-facing camera, Wally. When you're going in from there, you're digitally zooming, which is going to look rubbish, right? That looks... Yeah, you can see how pixelated and garbage that is. So I was incorrect. There's the... There you go, it does say it's 14 mil and 24 mil. 14 mil and 28 mil. So there you go. There's the 2 focal lengths on the iPad Pro. Now, I don't know whether the new iPad Air has this one camera, so that camera, not that. I don't think it's got that. I think it's only got that, which isn't bad for certain usages. For me, I use that for the surfing footage. Lock it off on the beach and there you go. You're good to roll. But whether you need a wider lens for vlogging, because you could literally vlog with this and it comes up pretty damn nice actually. Do you need this? Probably not. I like how it works, and I'm going to use this on my streams as a secondary machine when I'm doing the cap game and I need to search up a band. It's easy. It's good just to have it right there. And you can also it's kind of strange for an iPad. You can just close it and then it's off. Now, that's pretty rad, but getting it back open is a little bit of a faff. It's kind of strange. Like there's no part there that you can grab onto. It's just like a flat wall. So you've kind of got to jimmy it open. It's a little bit cumbersome, but once you do get a finger in there, it does open up and it goes back to that position almost instantaneously without any problem. However, it's very, very top heavy. Like this thing wants to fall, right? This thing wants to fall that way. No doubt about that. If I could, I mean, I don't want to do it because it's going to fall out of my hand, but that's just the nature of an iPad, I suppose. It's top heavy. It's going to fall over. So you want to keep an eye on that. It is pretty rad that you've got a charging port here, so you can always have it plugged in, which is pretty handy. That way, the thing's always charging if it's just sitting down by the side. Pretty sweet, pretty sweet. I wonder if iMovie app works better on a new iPad. Absolutely. On the iPad Air, iMovie will work wonders because it's using the new, is it A7 chip on the iPad, or is it even higher than that? Either way, it's using the latest Apple Silicon, which is way, way, way more powerful than what you have in your 6th generation. Flip phone, the flip iPhone. Would I buy a flip iPhone? Probably not. Probably not. I'm not really... I love watching Grim86 on DLive flip the phone up like that. He got a flip phone. He makes all calls with it. Hey, by the way, folks, speaking of DLive, I do have a DLive channel. We have been tasting this here on the YouTube channel. We've been doing a tasting and opening. The recommendation is to smoke a cigar with it and drink it neat or on the rocks. I'm going to try mixing this with Coke tonight on the D live stream. So if you want to see that, I put a little linky poo in my chit chat to my D live channel. If you don't know it already, it's up there for you. If you want to come along and have a little look, that's a live streaming platform which I'm working on at the moment, and we're going to have Jack and Coke on that stream. Mindy, did you buy the keyboard separate? Yes, the Magic keyboard is separate, and it's not cheap either. It's not cheap. It's like, I think that was $480. And I personally don't think it's worth it. I probably could use that without it and get the same. I could definitely use it without it and get the same use case. And by the way, that's the first time I've ever used a case on an iPad. I've always just used my iPad naked. So I've got a case for it. I've also got an underwater, rugged waterproof housing for it. Not so much for swimming, because I don't really want to do that, but on the beach when I'm shooting surfing, like today when it's overcast and miserable, I've always had to run back in when it starts raining. I remember coming in once and it was absolutely hammering down, and my iPad was just sitting there on the beach, vertical, sitting on its side, vertical, and there was rain smashing it. Maybe that's what kind of started the damage. I mean, I don't know for a fact, but yeah. iPads and water, folks, they do not mix. Who would have thought? You can't take a bath with your iPad? They didn't put that in the manual. You mean you can't submerge that? You shouldn't be watching Gil Poznansky streaming on DLive while in the tub. You shouldn't even be in the tub. You're 45 years of age. What are you doing in a bath? In a pool of your own filth? What were you thinking? I don't take baths. The one time I do, I think, well, I'll take this. Where is it? The one time when I do decide to take a bath, it's because my knee was all connect from surfing. I went to do a 10K fitness walk. I got to the bottom of the street. My knee said, "What are you doing, man? You can't do this walk. I'm still connect." So I turned around and I thought, what'll I do? I'll lay in a hot tub of water with Radox and I'll just let this thing soak. I'll make it as hot as I possibly can stand, and I'll lay in that tub. As I go to fill the tub, I get a notification. Gil Poznansky is live on DLive. Rad. Grab my iPad. Grab the Joby Gorilla Pod iPad Pro tablet. Slide it in here. Tighten it up. Put it on the edge of the bath there. Lay back, watching Gil stream. I see my iPad wobbling. Oh shit! I go to grab it. It's already gone into the tub, submersed in the water. One hand grabs it, pulls it back out. Tip the water out of it because it's got these little holes on the back for the on the bottom for the speakers. I make sure there's no water going in there. Put it back down. Okay, it's still working. Still streaming. I'm watching Gil. Okay, maybe these are kind of waterproof. Who knows? Go to touch the screen to do something. Nothing responds. Okay, so it's dead. I can watch the rest of Gil's stream, but it's dead. After about 10 minutes, the whole thing just stopped working. Then it came back to life. If I used a hairdryer on it, I could blow, like if I put a blow dryer, like a hairdryer onto the ports, it would come back to life. So I sold it. And I sold it as is, and I showed video of it not working, and I showed video of it working and then dying. The worst thing that I could have done was to sell it pretending it's a great iPad. All it has is a cracked screen. Had a cracked screen for years. No, I said it's got a cracked screen and it took a swim in the tub. And here's video. I took two videos. I took a video of it not working. I took a video of it working after blow drying it. And the person, I said, if you buy this, you are aware that this has gone in the tub. And they're like, yeah, cool. I want to buy it. $210, $200 plus $10 shipping. But folks, I feel like we've naturally come to the conclusion here of the stream. Unless anybody has anything additional they want to add here. I know I've kind of neglected the chat. Rob Mack, thanks for swinging by. Aero Gamer, Happy Canadian, thanks for being here, dude. I know it's a strange time for you, time-wise as well. Shyla Rose, Timsky, yeah, thanks for swinging by. Aero Gamer, thank you again for the beautiful thing you've done on the Patreon, my friend. I'm going to make a daily vlog about you tonight. I'm going to be thinking of you later on tonight. What? I'm allowed to. I'm allowed to think of you, my friend. Were you able to sign out of the iPad? Yes, Mindy. Yes, good point. I did. And so it did work. Like I could get that thing to work. And once it got on, like I was using it. I was using it for like a day, and I could factory reset it. And I went to you go to your Apple ID on any other device, and it even gives you the option to sign out of that device. Excuse me. So even if I couldn't access it on the device, I could certainly go ahead and do it through Find My Mac, Find My iPad. Turns out I didn't need to, but yeah, that's important. When you sell an Apple product, you probably should make sure you can sign out. And if the device isn't physically capable of being turned on, powered up, then you have to go in and do it the other way. Anybody else got any questions, or should we wrap this up? I'll leave it up to you guys to decide. If you want to wrap it up, we'll wrap it up. Otherwise, I'll sit here and I'll continue to enjoy this. Although I do want to go for a surf. Mindy says, "Oh, good." Okay, well, I feel like no one else is chatting. I feel like we've naturally come to the conclusion here, folks. Thank you for a wonderful stream. Nice to see you all. I will be live on DLive later on today, as I said, drinking the Jack with the Coke. We'll be having some fun. We did have fun yesterday on the stream. Wow, I got a little toasty. I got a little toasty yesterday. I'm not going to lie. Crikey, it was like, I think I had 2 beers, a wine, and then we had 2 Bundies. I'm not a big Bundy drinker. I'm not a big fan of Bundy rum, but Benny 12C said I should mix it with Jack Old Number 7. That was months ago, and I bought 2 bottles. Tried what he said. Didn't really like it, if I'm being brutally honest.
Steak?
Money's too tight for steak.
Steak?
Happy Canadian dropping a super chat with a $5. Thank you, Happy Canadian. No message. Steak? Money's too tight for steak. Thank you, Happy Canadian. Really appreciate you, man. Really appreciate you, dude. Thank you, man. Props to the Happy Canadian. It's a strange time zone for him at the moment, and I appreciate you being in here. Thank you so much for the super chat, dude. Really appreciate that. Aero Gamer says, "Going for a swim myself down the beach. 25 in Melbourne." What? 25. It's been a nice stream. Thank you, Happy Canadian. Thank you, my friend. I hope you guys all learned something about this single barrel strength. Very unique stuff. Very, very unique. Yeah. I'm really excited to have been able to show this to you. And props to the old Barrelhouse. I was going to say old Barrel Warehouse. Old Barrelhouse for doing such a beautiful thing to help me to get this to you guys. Folks, if there's nothing else to be said, then I guess there's nothing else to be said. I can hear my outro music rolling around about now, so thanks for a wonderful stream. Whatever you do with the rest of your day or the beginning of your day, I hope you enjoy it. And I'll see you all on DLive and here next week, streaming from Steve Van, IRL style. Yeah, Greenville Point. It's gonna be fun. IRL.